So I was wondering, I have already told you about what I was wondering about. Does it stand the test of time? Will design thinking really be close to how humans think? And are there any other philosophies that come close to what I was thinking of? So these are some of the things that were bothering me. So I planned a travel to a set of caves, and I don't know about you, but usually when I'm traveling, I do my research ahead of time. And when I did some research on this place, this is Ajanta Caves uh, in Maharashtra, India, and I started looking up about what is the history of this place, and I found that the key person who is depicted in most of the temples and the caves, all that was Lord Buddha. So his teachings after 49 days of meditation. So the story goes that he had 49 days of meditation and he attained enlightenment. And when he attained enlightenment, he went to Sarnath near Varanasi to a deer park and told his disciples, he had 5 of them, he started giving his first ever discourse. So in that he revealed 4 noble truths. The first noble truth was dukkha, acknowledge that there is suffering. He just merely said, accept that there is suffering in the world. That's all. Accept. Okay. So the second noble truth he talked about was samudaya, or inquire into the root cause of the suffering. Delve into the cause of suffering. Okay. So why is this suffering in the first place? Just figure this out. You can use any means at your disposal, meditate on it, or ask your friends, community, mentors, and figure out why is it that there is suffering. You've already accepted it. Now you have to figure out why is there suffering. Okay. Then the third truth was nirodha. Nirodha in Sanskrit is cessation or end. So think of ways to put an end to this suffering once and for all. Could be any idea, anything that you come up with, you can put an end to the suffering. That's what he said. And he said it's not enough if you just keep thinking about ways to end the suffering. That led to the fourth noble truth, which is marga. Marga is walk on the path to end the suffering once and for all. Okay. So make sure that whatever you have thought of, you put it into practice and walk on that path. And that will end the suffering once and for all. Okay. Now, you may be wondering, what has this got to do with design thinking? For me, it is one-to-one correlation with what you were thinking of in terms of improving customers' user experience, products or services. How do we improve that? Remember the 4 steps: empathize, analyze, solve, and test. Empathize correlates to accepting that no product or service is perfect. There are always some things to improve upon. There are always ways in which you can make your customer's life better than what it used to be. Okay? That's what we mean by empathy for your user or customer. So when you have empathy, you accepted that there is some kind of suffering because of a product or service that you use. That is the first, empathize. In analyze, you figure out why is it that they have this experience. What is the root cause of this? What are some things that we need to be working on? What is the core of the issue? That's analyze. And then the third one is to generate ideas. Put in your best efforts into coming up with lots and lots of ideas, and we will see some hacks also which can open up your idea fountains very easily at your command. You can do that, and that's in solve. Okay, generate lots of ideas, not only you but your team, anybody can look at that, but keeping in mind that you're doing all this to make somebody's life better. Okay, and it's not enough if you just keep thinking about ideas and generating ideas. You have to put them into action. That is the fourth step, which is test. Okay, in test, we build something so that your idea becomes tangible. You can see it, you can interact with it, you can touch it, feel it, and explain it to somebody, perhaps your user, perhaps your customer, and that will give them an idea of, oh wow, I never knew this could happen. So that's something that you can embark on. So you prototype it first and then take it back to your customers or users and make them interact with it. See if it makes their life better. Okay. If it doesn't, of course, you start all over again, right? You start with empathize, analyze, solve, and test. Now, this is great. This is works for one cycle. Okay. Now, Lord Buddha also added a couple of words of caution. Okay. He told his students, and we will try to use them also for our context. The first one is, he said, don't take my word for it, apply this for yourself. Okay. So don't take this as the ultimate truth. You inquire, you apply, you figure this out for yourself. Each one's truth is very, very different from the other ones, right? Same thing with products and services. And you apply it, these principles, on a person that you care about. You want their life to be better than what it used to be. Apply this and learn about what is it that is not working out so well for them. Okay, that's the first thing. So design thinking becomes permanent until and unless you apply it on the field to make somebody's life better. Okay, so you do that on the field with real world applications. All right. So one of the main reasons why this course is a hands-on project related course. Okay, so you have projects where you can make somebody your focus of attention and target them, make their life better using these steps. Okay. The second word of caution that Lord Buddha also tells us is that these are cycles. Now I started wondering, what are cycles in this? How do we incorporate cycles into this? Very easy. If you look at any product that you interact with, right? Let's take a mobile phone, one of the most ubiquitous examples. If you take a mobile phone, it has a certain number at the end of it. Usually most of them do. Okay, an iPhone 12, Samsung, whatever number, right? 8, 9, etc. Those are actually generations, right? So the number of iterations that this product has gone through so that it becomes better and better with time. So this is what we applied. So it's not enough if you just apply it once, empathize, analyze, solve and test, but you do it many times over and over again till you get much better experience for your users. Their life becomes much better and they see the difference, they perceive the difference because you brought in this in their lives. They'll come back and thank you, or of course they'll buy your product or subscribe to your service. So that might also happen. Okay, so these are the teachings, that age old teachings, 2500-year-old teachings that we can use for developing amazing products and services, and these are all been incorporated into all the services and products that we use all around us. Look around you, you will find some product or service that everybody has used EAST, empathize, analyze, solve and test. Okay, so go ahead and use it on all your projects, on this project that you're going to apply. That is my advice to you from my side. Okay, empathize, analyze, solve and test. These are the 4 stages.